Doing this morning. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. All right. So where were we left off? We buried a crate, and we had built a wall and deconstructed a wall. And they said we were going to go and start learning how to do the watchtower. So let's hop in our trusty truck, and we're gonna go get parts. We're gonna go to get materials that we need for our wonderful watchtower. Here we go. And you can start these off. You can actually start first gear. Oh, something I want to show you too here. Just because I'm going by it, and I kind of thought about it the other day, and I didn't really go through that. I'll go through it in another video that I do. I'm gonna do another one, and I'm gonna go right from the very stop of being spawned out, and we're gonna do like a food run, and I'm gonna show you like some real raw basic stuff. Basic necessities, which is going to include this. So when you get into these towns, you're going to see these signs. These signs, of course, they're in a different language than English, but they do on iSurvive. They do have the translation so that you can look at this sign and you can see what these letters correspond to, and then what the translation is, so you can see where they are. But this is what town you're in right here. And the other sign is obviously here. We'll show you. So this is the same. It's the same sign, but it has a red line. That means you're leaving that town. That means you're coming into the town, because there's no red line. Like I said, you can even start out with this truck. You can start out in fourth gear, and it actually starts up faster. Alright. Here we go. Driving through Selena Gores. We're gonna head up to my camp and grab some building supplies. Grab a few things so that we can make sure we have enough for when we go and make that watchtower. And collecting some of the parts, so we're gonna need some axes and all that fun stuff here. Oh, look at that, I left the barrels open. You leave the barrels open like that when it rains. So see the little white line right under that yellow dot. It's the barrel. So that'll actually fill up. That line will fill up, and that's like the water that's in the barrel. It's actually kind of neat. And apparently you can pull stuff out of there. Pull water out of there. I shouldn't say pull stuff. You're supposed to be able to pull the water out of there. I think at the end of today I'll have to go through a little bit of an inventory management on my character, just because I'm showing you so much stuff here, and then I end up sorry, I end up having too much stuff in here that I don't really need. All right. You wouldn't think you would need so many materials, so many tools to get stuff. You really do. Especially the saws. Like, so what I'm going to show you is, I think yesterday I showed you how to make planks out of the wooden logs. So today I'm actually going to show you. I tried. I dropped by the other day, where I'm going to actually go today, and I didn't find any plank piles, but I didn't go far enough. So today I'm going to bring you over there, and I'm going to show you a pallet of planks that you can actually use the saw, and you can just cut, and it'll give you a bunch of planks that you can loot. That should be enough of those. I'm going to grab one more axe just to be on the safe side. We'll grab ourselves some nails. Grab 2 boxes. And I'm going to grab a couple of ropes. I think we got a shovel in there, so I think we're okay with that. Let's see, I do not have a whole pile of hammers, if you didn't notice. I think I will come back here and grab this hatchet, because I think we're going to end up needing it to substitute for a hammer, unfortunately. See, we got quite a bit of extra stuff here that we don't need. So we'll end up going through that in a little bit. These inventory slots get to be a little bit glitchy. There we go. Alright, I think I'm going to run up here quick and just check some of these, see what I got. We don't need a glow stick. But didn't we plant pumpkins over here yesterday? Do they really deteriorate that fast? Wow, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, I would think a couple of days, but be gone already? It's crazy. just planted all of those, and now they're all gone. Wow, if they despawn that fast, that's crazy. All right, well, I'm gonna check for a little bit of a apple or something here quick, I think. Just because. There we go. Just to have one on me. Just to have one on me, because, boy, this stuff runs out that fast. That's kind of not cool, because I just spent, like, geez, I don't know, I put a ton of seeds in there. It's disappointing. Alright. So we're gonna run over here now. We're gonna drive up to this backside. We're gonna cut down our logs. Yeah, that's what I thought, Misfits. I planted a bunch yesterday. Did you see they're all gone? I can't believe they're all gone. Luckily enough, the second year is going well for me up this hill. This is where I went yesterday to collect some logs. We're gonna come up to the same spot. The fun thing about it is you can cut down those trees, and then when the server resets, they will respawn. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to hit the cough button here. There we go. So I'm driving down to the other corner here where I saw some logs. We can get quite a bit, actually. Alright, so I think I have an axe. Did I have an axe in my inventory? Let's use that first, because, boy, am I full. Look at all this stuff. We do have a hatchet. I don't want to use that hatchet. We might have to use that for a hammer. Yeah, I think that's going to be a problem too. If they're only lasting that long. Yeah, that really disappointed me. Wow. I mean, at least a couple of days would be nice. Boy, only 24 hours. You really can't plan for anything. Especially when it takes 25 minutes to have them grow. I'm going to just cut down a bunch of trees here, unless the server resets. We won't have to worry about it. But, you know what? Look at that. Looks like there's some firewood right below me from yesterday. Remember I cut this tree down? I cut this specific tree down, and there was... See all that firewood? Remember I cut down the one log to make some more firewood, so there's a lot of extra. So yesterday, I think I cut that one down. So yeah, we did get 3. Oh, that's awesome. Looks like these big pines, these big long pines, they're gonna give you a 3, I guess. See if it does again. It does. Yep, that's good. That's really good. We got plenty of those, don't we? I probably won't need that many though. It's alright, little extra never hurt anybody, right? Let's go up here. Let's go up here. Let's take this one. I wonder if I can fit the truck in through there. Then I won't have to run so far. Put them back. Yeah, I might be able to sneak down here. Let's see. I'll take this down. There we go. So I do keep the truck a little bit farther away from where I'm chopping the trees down at first. What had happened before is I had chopped a tree down and it had fallen on top of the truck. And so when I got in, it basically glitched me to the point where it killed me the minute I stepped into the truck. So I tend to stay away from there now because I don't want the tree to land on there and end up me dying. Well, maybe a little something if you guys are doing the same thing. You might want to just keep the truck lit if you can. I know sometimes, you know, you're probably not going to have enough space, but if you can, try to kind of keep a little ways away from them. The brakes are not the greatest in this thing. See, you tend to get going and then it takes a little bit to stop again. There we go. So we're gonna grab get our bearings of where we're at here. There we go. And we're just gonna attach them to the back. Yeah. And like I had said before, so when you're loading in, you could do it manually into there, into the truck. Or if you just point right at the, kind of like at the tailgate, you know, at the top of the tailgate where that would be. And you can just push that X button and you can just add it right in there. Or the trigger, I'm sorry. I said the X button. I was looking at the X button to collect it up. There we go. Let's keep attaching these here. This is nice. Gives us a lot of nice logs. I like being able to grab these great big tallest pines and getting 3 logs out of them. That's awesome. I used to search for those bigger ones, you know, because it gave 2. Most of the times, if your average tree, you get 1 log out of there. But I guess when you're in the deep woods, I'm like 2 minutes from my camp, right? When you're in deep woods. Yeah, not so deep. Just keep collecting the logs. Hope, now I'm a logging man. I hope I don't have any aliens can get me, right? We don't want the firewood. We want the logs. We want the logs. There we go. That's why I wanted to be a little bit closer. See how I'm getting farther away, and now you don't get to run when you have the logs in your hands. You have to walk it. All right. All right. So, how many logs do I have in here now? Let's see. 14. Wow. That's awesome. All right. Let's grab a couple more. I'm going to grab. Wonder if that's you know what? I'm gonna skip that tree. I'm gonna go to the next one over. I feel it's a little bit sketchy if I chop that one down. It might fall the wrong way. Let's go to 20 logs, and then that hopefully should be enough to get taken care of what we need to do. This is a little bit far of a jaunt for this truck, but like I said, I'd rather do this than that. I don't really want to die. So we'll walk it. Oh, we're going to do a watchtower, Misfits. See, it won't attach if you go to the sides. Here, you can only attach it if it's in the back. That one. Oh, did I miss a tree? I must have missed a tree. I could have sworn I just saw some that I could have picked up. Yeah, I did. Look at that. And I might steal some parts off of my other watchtower just so that I can use them for the building purposes. There actually is quite a bit to go through. And one thing I do want to show you guys, because I'll tell you, a lot of us, we had to go through Reddit and I don't know, a couple other places just to figure out your lock combinations. So I'd like to show that in a video too. I may rebuild that fence and then put a gate on there just so that I can show what it's like to put a lock on it. I'll have to find a lock first. But that's all right. You know, that's an adventure we can go on. You know, we can go looking for stuff, go looting, see what trouble we can find. Maybe I'll end up at the start again. All right, let's go. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to eat something here quick. Hopefully I got some food on me, right? Oh, wait, that's right. We got plenty. Gonna eat herself the wolf steak that we got a couple of wolves yesterday. So we're gonna eat our trophy right there. We never got to do that yesterday. I didn't do that yesterday. Should have made a point just to eat one, just to take a bite of that trophy. Got that. We got the alpha male. I think we got it. At least that's what the story goes. This is when you're fighting the wolves. If you end up with the alpha male, that the rest of the wolves will run away. There it is. So I think I'll probably end up with 23 or something like that. Because I did miss that other tree, but I took 2 of them. Oh my goodness. I still got Fallout 76 on there. I thought it changed. I must not have hit the update. Oh, geez. Let's see what I can do here. Hopefully that changed up. I must have forgot to hit the enter button when I tried switching it over. All right. And I got 23. All right, it did change. Awesome. Thank you, Misfits. Patty, yo, what's up, man? Hey, good to see you today. Do I want to become famous? Well, we'll see. I'll think on other things, but right now I'm having fun, and I'm just trying to teach some people some stuff, and I'll try my own pace at this point. But I appreciate the advice. So I think with 23 logs, I think we got enough. We're gonna head down to. I think I told you guys yesterday or the day before. I was showing you that there was some pallets of planks that you can use and cut, and it's usually down when you're in Zelenogorsk. It's usually down by the train yard. And of course, I felt like a fool because I couldn't find any. Oh, it is? It's a bot? Okay. I kind of thought so, but you never know, and I don't want to be rude. Oh man, am I going to get this? No, I'm not going to get the truck stuck. We're not going to get the truck stuck. We are going to back it into a tree, though, it looks like. Alright, let's get down here. And I'm going to take a little bit of a cross-country shortcut. Usually, you can see the gas station is over there to my left. But if you can cut across the field down here, you can usually end up pretty close to the grain yard. Now, if there was only some mud, we could go and do some mudding in this thing, right? I don't know how well we'd do. AZ mechanics, we might fall underneath it. No, it's getting a lot better. Just from when I started playing this, it was pretty glitchy. But you know what? It's really it's not so bad now. Well, they're really working hard at getting this to be a really great game, and I think it's I mean it's already a great game. Oh, let's whoa 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 whoa! We don't want to hit that. Maybe someday we'll do it. Maybe I'll do a little car tutorial and I'll run one right into a tree just to show everybody what it's like. Be a crash test dummy for everybody. For science, as a friend of ours would say. So I had to do a little recon, and I could have swore there was more spots, and I was right. There is. So there was another one over here. So I'm gonna run over quick. All right, so I'm gonna show you where some of these spawns are quick. Oh, look at that! Let's get the hatchet out here. All right, come on, buddy. Let's. Yeah. Oh, he's got a flashlight. I don't need one though. So the spawns for the plank piles are when you come into the Selena Gorst here, into the train yard. So right up this road, that's where you start. That's where you come in, and you guys saw that because I just came in here and took a left. But usually right here, there's usually a pallet, and then over here, I believe it's right here in front. There's another pallet right here. If it isn't here, it's over here, but it doesn't look like there's enough space for it to sit here, so I really think that it spawns right there. And the third place in here that I found is right here, and this is what it looks like. It's a lumber pile, but it's it's kind of like a pallet. I don't know. I call it a pallet. It's usually what we put them on as a pallet, but. Pallet or a couple of logs underneath. That's how they usually stack those things. But in order to get them, you can use a handsaw or a hacksaw, and you come right up to it, and oh look at, we got 120 out of 252. So somebody came through here. I bet you it was probably Hopkins. She's got quite the base built there. And that thing is awesome, too. I think we did a walkthrough in there. So, do you see how I went through and my handsaw is already ruined? But I got 27 planks out of it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And you can actually sharpen these things. I'm going to toss that one. And, the reason I'm tossing it is because if it is ruined, you can't fix it. So you can only go up to badly damaged. Unfortunately. Because sometimes, like you saw, I was just sawing. It didn't even tell, It indicates it, but you have to be keeping an eye on it in that bottom left corner of what the or you just stop and look every once in a while. I'm still carrying that burnt piece of meat. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it, Patty. Yeah, it is a lot of wood misfits, and so like a lot of the industrial areas carry those. So if you're on the coast, a lot down by some of those industrial areas, you're gonna see those pallets like that. And there's quite a few of them. Right, I am looking for... I could have swore I saw one in my inventory. And I'm looking for what's called a sharpening stone. I thought I saw one in here. If I don't have one in here, I will show you a little bit later, because I'm not going to run back to base to grab one right now. But you can use a sharpening stone on the saws, and that'll sharpen them. And you can get right back to worn. But see, if you'll see that, you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, that's your indicator. The green is the indicator. So now it just went to damaged, because it's a little bit yellow. And see, now it turned orange. So turning orange means that it's badly damaged. See, so you can keep an eye on it, and you'll be able to save it if you have to. And as long as you got a lot of sharpening stones, then you should be able to do pretty good. But lots of times, like I don't have a ton of sharpening stones, but I do have a ton of. Oh, come on, Daisy. There we go. But I do have a ton of the saws, so I didn't worry about wasting. Boy, I think can I make a sharpening stone? I think you can. Maybe not. We'll try that. We'll try that with some stones. I'm thinking you can. I know you can make a makeshift knife out of a stone. If you take 2 small stones, you can create a sharpening stone. Or not a sharpening stone, you can make a knife. Oh boy, come on. Grab onto it. There we go. Yeah, so I believe if you do want to make try for the sharpening stone. I know it has to do with small stones, or if it does, if it is possible to make them. I'm just not sure. So I think I picked up one of these. It's ruined. I think it's this one. I think I put that back in my inventory. We're going to get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Alright. I know, I'm just grabbing handsaws. I don't know. I'm wondering, I should maybe... Well, we only got 18 left. So, I guess we'll try that. Or is that 48? That's 40. Alright, let's see how many we get with this one. Till it ruins. Alright. So that ruined. I'm wondering if there is a difference between using the hacksaw. And so we got 27 out of this one. And let's use the regular one after this. We'll use the regular handsaw, not the hacksaw. And let's see what we get out of that. Let's see if we get the same. Oh, okay. You can't. That's disappointing. I really thought you would have been able to. Yeah, I don't know why either. Thanks for looking that up, by the way. I appreciate that. That was Patty Roller that looked it up. And Patty Roller also has a channel. You can check him out too. Does a great job. All right. Whoop! I gotta grab that handsaw. All right, we're gonna make sure that this is pristine. Yep. Let's see how many we get out of this. So there's only 20. Oh. Well, we'll probably max it out, I guess, then. Because we didn't have enough left on here. I should have done that experiment earlier. Seems like it goes a little faster, though, doesn't it? Now we're all gone. It's all gone. Let's put that in our inventory. Yeah, so we just grabbed all of them because that's all that was left. Unfortunately. We'll try it again at some other point. Come on. Maybe I have too many. Am I maxed out? Holy buckets, I am maxed out. Alright. Luckily enough, we can put planks in here. Oh, that's right, because we had 120 something. I should have known that. I wasn't paying attention. I was too excited about this. Oh, really? You haven't been live for a while, huh, bud? It works slow for me right now, so I get to do this quite a bit. I'll probably be back in your shoes here shortly when it picks up. But I'm going to change my schedule up so that I can make sure that I can keep streaming. But that won't be for a little bit yet. So we just filled up on our planks. The metal is a little bit harder to get. You can find metal in some industrial areas, garages, sheds. Pretty much anywhere that you're gonna be finding your average tools. Sometimes they're in buildings like this small one to my left, and actually the one just behind us here to our left too. That's kind of a garage. It's a little bit bigger of a garage. I don't know. It's more of an industrial garage or something. But a lot of those metal pieces of metal, sheet metal, are going to be there. They're even going to be in big buildings like this here to my right. And we're off. I like coming around here. I can kind of skip all that, all the little tight turns that you got to do. If you can see it to my right a little bit, you can see it. There's some tight turns that you got to make when you go down there. I'm gonna look down. If you can see some of the walls back there, it gets a little bit tough. You got to slow down and steer around them. When I can just take that left and go around all of it, it seems a little bit quicker for me. Whoa! Come on, get in reverse. There we go. I would say as the famous bicyclist once said, I over-rotated. Yeah, I kind of did there. Uh-oh. Oh, I ran out of gas. I didn't even see that. Oh, we were watching. Oh, what a maroon. Oh, I am such a maroon. I wasn't even paying attention. I ran out of gas. But you know what? I think, okay, look here. My gas tank is red. So I think I'm running out of gas a lot quicker than usual. Do I have gas in this one, or is that water? Let's see what we got. It's probably water, because that would be just my luck. No, we got gas. All right. So here, this is how we fill up our gasoline in all the vehicles. You got to look for the gas tank on all of them. Some of them are very difficult to find, and maybe since I think I have one of each vehicle up at my camp, maybe when we get back after we do a watchtower, maybe I will show you how to do that. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, you know, you can't watch everything, I guess. I don't know. Let's just run ourselves out of gas and, you know. These are the kind of shenanigans I end up in, you know. Just goofy mistakes that you forget something and, alright, so what I'm gonna do, since I do have a ruined gas tank and I only got one can in here, we're gonna have to make a little bit of a detour over to the gas station. You can tell this is completely unscripted, huh, Patty? You picked up on that, huh? That's alright. Live's always better, because when you get into shenanigans like this, it makes it interesting. Let's see. No, you know when you got a 7-9 split, you're just not going to make it, you know? Every once in a while, but not every time. Oh! Come on, crew. Watch out with that over-rotation. Yeah, I pulled out Crew. That Crew is the bicyclist. Yeah, it's Crew Jones. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Rad. It's an old 80s movie about this dude bicycling. Back when freestyle bicycling was the end thing. Hey, welcome to the party there, buddy. A little late, but we'll get you. Oh, jeez, come on, let me. Oh, now he wants to shoot me. Okay, so be careful, you know, if you're ending up in my situation like this, be careful not to shoot at the gas tanks, because they'll explode. There we go. Do I have another one? I thought I heard another one. Oh, okay. Oh, jumping Jiminy. Come on, there we go. Alright. I'm going to check these guys just because we want to. Might I didn't see it in there, so. Let's get our gas. But these gas tanks will explode, so you really want to be careful. So, I did go over that, but I'll try to go over stuff again as I do some of this stuff. So when you got a gun and you run out on with the clip, you hold in the Y button, and that'll prompt you to change clips. Think that's a great question too, by the way, because I don't believe that they there's a lot of stuff they don't tell you at all, and you got to figure it out for yourself. And oh! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, thank you, Misfits. I, you know, I didn't even see that I was bleeding. I would end up a dead fox, and then we would have been starting from the beginning. See, I told you we'd probably end up in the beginning. We might still do that today if I don't keep an eye out on myself. Thank you, Misfits. Oh, right on. Okay. Yeah, you know, right now I'm only on Xbox, so unfortunately I don't know the mechanics on all the other, whether it's on computer or PlayStation. I don't know the buttons for it. And I'm not sure. I think I went over it once before, but I'm going to show you guys again just so that we can. We're right here. We have all three settings, so I'm going to show you what can happen. Come on, there we go. Ah, I was right there and I missed it. There we go. All right, now there we go. All right, we're going to grab our plastic bottle. And see, we have gasoline. See, if you look at the menu up on top, it'll tell you what it is and the condition and all that. So it says it's gasoline in there. So we're gonna put the gasoline in to refuel. And it goes so fast. So that's, you know, but when you're in a pinch, I tell you what, you know, you got the water bottle to do it. Yeah, it takes a little bit of extra, but at least it'll get it done. So you can actually refuel your vehicle using a water bottle too. And so we're gonna put that back in here. And then I'm going to show you. You can actually use your canteen too. So I don't have anything in the canteen right now. See how that was prompted? It didn't show anything up there at all. So let's fill this with gasoline. And now we're gonna highlight it and see it shows gasoline. And water will be a little bit darker blue, and it'll say water on it, obviously. It may not be obvious for some, so it's good to teach that. And we are going to, just because I have a feeling that I will forget that I did that. So I'm going to clean this right now. I don't want to contaminate myself. There we go. No, see I highlighted that and I hit Y, and that brought it back into the equip. But it didn't prompt me to equip it, but yet I could still equip it. So you just got to you got to figure some of that stuff out. And that's empty. So it looked like it was full when I was going to grab it. It looked like it was full. Yeah, yeah. I don't believe there's a way to reload. I think you have to have the magazine in your hand in order to reload the magazine. Um, detaching the machine. Oh, you that must be magazine. Detaching the magazine, dropping it on the ground. So you don't have to drop it on the ground. The magazine. I'll show you here in a second. I think I got. Don't I have an M4 on here? I think I do. I'm gonna drop this guy here quick. Yeah, I do have an M4. So do you see that that's there? So you can't be out like this. You can switch it by hitting Y, but you're not going to be able to detach the clip. But you can, so you can detach the clip by highlighting the gun and dropping down into the menu here. And you can hit the X button, and that'll put it in your inventory. And then you can equip the gun back up. And then while you're in here, then now you can highlight your, and then hit the A button to put it in your hand. So you don't have to drop it that way. You can do it that way. And then if you have some 5.56, then you can load it by holding the Y button, and then you will load your. See, I had some 5.56, so see, then you'll be able to load it. And then if you want to put it in your gun after that, so you put it back in your inventory, you can re-equip your weapon, and now instead of having to do it manually by hitting combine, now you can actually hold your Y button in, and that'll attach it to you. Yeah, some of this stuff, it does get a little bit goofy. Some of the mechanics, and sometimes you can do things, and then another day you can't. Um, I think sometimes it just glitches, maybe, because there's times where when I'm trying to, when I go into my inventory, and you can go in your inventory by using your, like for me, it's the small little button on the left hand side in your on your controller, just below the Xbox symbol. So that brings up my inventory like that. And usually that's what you're supposed to use to go in and out. A lot of people will use the B button to exit out, and that works too. But sometimes one or the other doesn't work for you. And eventually, like, you'll hit one and that'll work finally. But like, you'll enter in with the select, and the only way to get back out is to hit the B button. Some of the stuff, it does get confusing, but you'll just have to work with it a little bit sometimes. Eventually, you get used to working the mechanics. No, no, you don't. You do not have to load the bullets. You don't have to combine them. That was a thing that I had mistaken doing also. And I thought, God, just by going into your inventory makes it a little bit nervous, So yeah, so if you have a bunch of loose bullets, you open up a bunch of boxes and you put those in your inventory, then all you have to do is put your magazine in your hand that you want to load, and then you can keep an eye out while you're loading your gun. So I put in quite a bit of gas here. I'm probably not full, but we're half full. I think that'll do all right for a while anyway. So actually, I'm gonna do here for you, Patty, and you can tell me if you got it figured out. If you understand, you can let me know, cut me off, and do it. But I'm gonna put this in the inventory by hitting the X button on there. I'm going to re-equip it. I'm gonna hit the A button, put this in my hand, and I'm gonna empty the magazine. See, it prompts me down there to empty the magazine. So I'm going to empty it for you, just so that I can show you. Alright, so now we're at 0. And we're probably going to have one set of 20. And then another set of 10. So we have, let's see, I got a lot of 308s in here too, so they kind of look a little bit like that, like the 5.56s. So here's 16, and I think these other ones, this is 19, right? Because you can combine it. So yeah. So now I have quite a bit. I have over 30 in there, and they're in separate, but neither one of them is a full box of 20. Neither one of them are 30. So I have my clip in my hand. I'm going to go back out, and I'm going to hold that X button. And watch, I'll load the whole thing. Let's check it out. I think if it's in your inventory, I think you can. So I'm going to put my clip back in my inventory. We're going to equip the gun. And then I'm going to come out. And then I'm going to hold the Y button. And that'll go. And that'll connect it back up. So now we're going to equip it again. And now that it's equipped. So usually, I'm not sure why this isn't. Do you see where the Tundra is in? And I can highlight the Tundra. But, see if it'll do it now. It's really strange. Usually it'll show both weapons in my inventory like this. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. It really should. And it usually does. I don't know why it's not right now. But if it's in your inventory like this, so you can, like, I got the scope highlighted and it's in my inventory. You can take it off and you can put it in your hands. And then you can put it in your inventory. So I believe you can do the same thing with clips like that. Now, one thing I don't believe that you can do is if you have it sitting in your inventory like that. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put this back in there. And we highlight here. See, I don't think we're going to be able to combine and put it. Yeah, see, we won't be able to do that. So, you cannot equip your clip while it's sitting in your on your back like that. But it should show up right here. It should have been right below the Tundra. So I'm not really sure why it didn't do that. But you can do it by combining it too, like you were saying. And I think that's how you do it. Or how you had been doing it, right? It might be. Let's try changing that up and see what happens. Switch it here, and now I'll equip this back. Nope. See, it goes to Tundra again. Why isn't it showing the... How come it's not showing it for the M4? On all my other characters, I've always seen them do that. Maybe there's something going on. Maybe there's some kind of weird glitch going on. I don't know. I apologize. If it is a glitch, I apologize that I'm not able to show this to you. But, let's eat a little bit more wolf steak. A little bit more of our trophy. Alright, so we're at the gas station. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Patty. I'm not sure what, it should have said that on, it should have that option on there. Maybe I'll go and I'll switch a different weapon. Maybe it's the weapon maybe the weapon is kind of glitched out a little bit. Maybe after I'm done making the watchtower, maybe I can come back to I'll come back to base and maybe I'll get a different weapon and we'll try it that way. Because I am curious at that now, because I don't know why it's not even showing up there. That's so weird. So it's starting to get dark. And in a vehicle, when it starts to get dark, as long as you have your light bulbs in there, you can hit the Y button and you got lights. And then you hit the Y button again and it turns them off. Now, when you shut the vehicle off or get out of the vehicle, those lights will stay on. So you want to make sure that they oh! Come on, get into gear here. Sometimes it's a little slow getting into gears. Alright. I hesitated which way I wanted to go and then it was too late, so. I'm pretty sure this is the right way. Heads right straight out of town. Yeah, there we go. Kinda thought so. See how I was gonna turn to the left, and I'm like, no, that's not the right way. Alright, guys. So remember I was saying about that. See, we're leaving Zelina Gorge. We're heading out. We're actually going east. There's a little bit of a farm that has some flat ground that I've been building. Just showing yesterday how to build a fence on it. Alright. We made it. We made it back. Of course, now it's dark. Don't worry. I got some. I got. Oh wait, I did not have the helmet. See what I mean? You get out and the lights stay on, and that'll drain your battery. That'll drain your battery. So let's get back in. Let's turn our lights off. So we might have a little bit of a tough time doing some building while these lights are off. While the lights are off. While the sun is gone. Well, it's dark. I have not picked up the night vision goggles for this guy yet. I do have some night vision goggles back at the base, but I don't have a head strap for it. Come here. We're going to use a machete this time. We're going to cut this bush down. Oh, that's bark. We don't want bark. We don't want bark. So that must not be a bush. That must be the actual tree. It looks kind of like a large bush. Oh, we don't want to really dig up the worms yet. This will be dark. This will be bark too. Cut bush. There. Wasn't this almost the same looking tree as the other one? The other one said bark. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my eyes were deceiving me. All right, we're gonna put the long stick in our hand. We're gonna split this up. Now we got 3 short sticks. So we're going to put that in our inventory because we still need one more. We need one more stick in order to make ourselves a watchtower kit. Let's find another bush. That looks like that's probably a tree. Let's try it. Yeah, see, cut off bark. It does say cut off bark. That almost looked like the same one, didn't it? Oh no. Oh geez, I'm sorry. You know, it's probably a little bit of the resolution. Once I become affiliate, I think that it'll get a little bit clearer. But I might have to try to run ourselves back to the base. And Misfits, are you still hanging out here? Do you have some? Do you have some night vision goggles at your camp? All right, we're gonna put that in. Actually, I should have kept that in here because now we're gonna. So when you get 3 of them, you can actually highlight when you have another one in your inventory or on the ground, and actually take more sticks and you can combine them. And then 5 is the total that you can hold. So we're gonna put that back in our inventory here. Yeah, I bet you guys are seeing almost pure darkness, aren't you? We might have to get our some night vision goggles in order to make this make it see a little bit better. It does? Somebody was telling me that the reason why the resolution was bad was because of me being affiliate or not. So that's why I was saying that. I think I mentioned it before too. Alright. So I'm gonna turn on the lights. We're gonna run back over there. See if we got a head strap or something. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you see what happened? See, I was redlining and see that the red came up? See, if you stay doing that, you'll ruin your engine. So you don't want to redline it. Can we do it? Woohoo! Look at that. Or Mario, I'm dreading this now. Get this guy. Boom. Whatever that was. I'm gonna check my camp first and see if I got some of those. Oh, I'm sitting here reading it. I'm reading chat and hey. Pay attention, dummy. See, if you were in one of the other cars, it probably would have toasted our car. Probably broke our radiator, but so Pat, did you tune in? Did you see? I'm gonna get rid of this before I get out of the vehicle. Did you see what happened earlier? All those plants that we grew yesterday are gone. There we go. There we go. Look at this, Patty. Remember I planted all those plants yesterday? Look at, they all despawned. So I don't know, you know, if they're gonna have something to do with the plant building, I think they're gonna have to change that a little bit. There's no reason. I had all that food made, and now it all just went to nothing. Yeah, I know I don't have here. Oops. Boy, is it getting dark in here, right? Alright. Actually, I should take... There we go. I'm going to take a couple of these. I'm going to take this camo net. And I'm going to bring it with because... you can actually add that to the side, to the walls of your watchtower and your fence. So I want to bring this with so I can put that on there. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. You're probably right. Alright, so I'm going to look in here again. I'm just going to take another quick look because sometimes I miss stuff. See, I do have some night vision goggles here. I'm going to take them and put them in my inventory right now. There we go. I gotta switch this up. That's our burlap sack for our for science. We're gonna see if we can put that on somebody's head. But first, I gotta talk somebody into actually doing that. Come on over here. Let's put a sack over your head. Yeah, I don't know how well that's gonna go. Trying to convince someone of that, but you know. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just a burlap sack on your head. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? So I heard this crazy story too. So I heard this crazy story about this guy that was on a regular server and he had just logged in, and there was a bunch of people, like 3 or 4 guys, that had been there where he respawned, and they were already they were all kitted out, and they told him like, "Hey, listen." I know, yeah, it does look tasty, doesn't it? But they told like, "Stop right now, or we're gonna kill you," you know. And he's like, "Oh, okay." So he's like, "I'm just gonna follow their directions," you know. I don't know. I don't want to die and restart again, right? So they handcuffed him. They put him in the. They told him to get in the car, and they said, "Follow us," you know, or they're gonna go with us. They put a burlap sack over his head, so he couldn't see, and then they made him go and stand somewhere at wherever they were, and they started taking blood out of him, and they pulled the blood out of his body, and then they turned around and they drove him somewhere else, took all his clothes and everything, and just dropped him off and left. I thought that story was so crazy. I mean, that happens here in this game. Like, that's so weird. It's so weird. But I mean, I don't know, it's crazy, you know, the stuff that you can do in here. So I am not seeing strap, a head strap kit. It's not really like a head strap kit, but I mean, it's the head strap that you can put on, and then you can attach your night vision goggles to. Let's see. So I am going to take a drive over to some of my friends' house here. I don't actually have permission to grab the head strap if they have it, but I know these people are great. They're fantastic people. And if I told them, listen, I'm in a pinch and I need a head strap, they would say absolutely. So I am actually going to take off here and head over there and look for the head strap. Somebody must have one. I actually have one on another character, but it would take a while to switch characters and drop it off, and I'd have to switch streams. So we will not be doing that. Yeah, that's right. You can use it on a tactical helmet. Absolutely. I do not have a tactical helmet on this character or in my inventory at the time. So somebody might have a tactical helmet in their inventory here. We can see that. Oh, see? Yep. Misfits had one in her car. Misfits, I'm gonna borrow your head strap. I'll put it back. I'll put it back. So I'm gonna put this in my inventory. We're gonna actually equip it. And then I can come down to and then we're gonna equip that. So now, if you can see it, we're gonna actually put this back in our hands. You can see that it has the head strap has the night vision goggles equipped to it. So we're gonna come down here, we're gonna grab a battery because I should have one, right? Yes, I do. Right here. There we go. There. Now we're going to equip. So now with your night vision goggles, you're gonna put into your weapon wheel. And it goes straight to the top, 12 o'clock. It says toggle lights. You hit the A button, and then it brings up another menu. And then you can drop down to the night vision goggles. And there they are. Isn't that awesome? I love having the night vision goggles on. They're so cool. They're so cool. Yes, I do have different accounts. Yes, I do. There and I'll let you know. There's a lot of people who have different accounts on DayZ that I've seen. The more you play it, the more you pay attention. The more you see there's certain ones when you start to get on a server and you stay there, you know, and you can check out. So in order to check out like who's in the server, you can bring up your start menu, and that is for me it's the tiny button that's on the right hand side of just below the Xbox symbol. So for me it's I call it the start because I'm old school, you know, just like the old Nintendo. But I call it, I call it the start menu. And then you go up to online and you can see uh, the name of the server that you're on is right up on top in white. And then the players. See, I'm the only one on this one. So it'll tell you who's all on there. So if you keep track of that, you can kind of see which players, like, they're logging off and they're logging back on. You know, all of a sudden one will appear and disappear, and then the other one will come. They'll go back and forth. So what they're doing is that they'd be transferring weapons or other things between accounts, and that's what I found out. Like, oh wow, there's so many people that are doing that, and they'll be in different spots or they'll have it all in there. Sometimes it can come in useful too. I mean, if your base is getting raided and they shot you, you can log into your other account and hopefully be able to finish that fight. It's not something that I don't know. Some people might say that's you're cheap shotting it or cheating. I don't think so. I mean, you're just protecting your base, and I mean you already have inventory issues with this stuff sometimes, anyways. You know. I think it's actually smart to have another account on the character for this game anyway. There's another one of those kiosks. At least now we can see. And did you see it now? You can drive. I don't even have to have lights on. I turn the lights on. I don't even have to have lights on. We're driving around with night vision goggles on. Now the only thing that really is unfortunate is when you're out like this and it's a nighttime. Anytime you go into, like, you're trying to use your scopes, unless you have the night vision scope, it'll go back to dark. I'm just gonna sneak in here. We're gonna park. I'm gonna get out. I'll show you too. So I'm gonna put our Tundra on, and watch when I go into the scope. See, it goes to dark because you can't have the night vision goggles on as you're aiming, apparently, which kind of makes sense. But doesn't make it any more disappointing that you can't see it. But you know what? I can see that because it would make it too easy to pick people off sitting at night. But both weapons, see how it changes back out of the night vision goggles when you try to aim. So, all right. So next on our list here, we're gonna grab our short sticks that we had. Put those in our hand. We have 5 of them in our hands. So we're going to get the rope. We're going to combine. See, so it'll prompt me to make a fence kit. We don't really want to make a fence kit. We already did that. See, craft a watchtower kit. And that is what we're going to do. But see, it'll say next recipe. Now there's a flagpole kit. Craft a shelter. I'll show how to make a shelter too. Maybe we'll do it. If we got enough time. Well, we're looking a little bit tight, but we'll probably craft a shelter kit tomorrow. So for right now, we are going to do the watchtower kit. All right. And we got 1 stick left over. So it's 4 short sticks and 1 rope. Oh, actually, you know what? To save some space, let's think about this. Remember we had another stick here? Let's combine that. There we go. There we go. All right. Now that we have our kit, there it is. Watchtower kit. Now it's under the same rules as your fence. So you can set it up here, and you can go up on the D-pad, and you can tap up on the D-pad, and that'll change the direction that it's facing when you're setting it down. Okay, so we're going to go like this. We're just going to set it as standard. And you can see how that it dimmed out. It looks a little bit transparent of where you want to set it. When it's good to go, when you're in the all clear to build it, it'll go white like that. So let's set that down right here. All right, our kit is set. And so now let's look at it. Let's look at it here. We're gonna come right up to it, highlight it there, and what does it need? So it's calling for logs, and it needs 4 of them. So let's go get 4 logs. Now, if I had more space in my inventory, I could put a log in my inventory. Actually, I don't have to carry it like this, but I see they weigh. If you look at the weight on it there at the right, it weighs 33, or not weighs 33. It takes up 33 slots. Is what I should say. You know, all of us are all used to the numbers always meaning the weight. You know, this one actually isn't like that. It changes a few different aspects. All right, so then we're gonna grab another one. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you there. We're gonna attach that. So if you're already planning on making a base and you got a tent sitting there or something, someplace that you can store all your materials that you have, all your inventory. Sometimes when you're going out to grab materials for base building, you want to maybe go out with the bare minimum that you have on you. That way you can actually put a log or a board in your inventory, and you won't have to try to carry them like that. Does that say 3 or 4? Yep, that's 4. All right. So now we're going to get our shovel. So for the base, they want you to use a shovel or a pickaxe. And I believe when you're it's just for putting on bases. So that's the last time you need it after that. But now watchtower, you got to use it for the 2nd floor or the 3rd floor also. So it's kind of a little bit weird because you feel like, well, I'm digging and I'm on the 2nd floor, but that's the way it is. That's the way it goes. So we are gonna grab our nails. I think I had some nails that were loose already that I got from deconstructing the fence. So yeah, there you go. I got 12 of them sitting here. All right. And I'm just going to check here just to make sure, because I thought yesterday I saw some more. I must have combined them. So I'm going to put these nails in here. There was only 12. So there it is. We can attach the nails. I'm going to grab another box. Go. You put the box in your hands, and then see it says to unpack. You want to hold the right trigger. So we're going to unpack that. And now if you look, it drops paper. And like I said, you can use that paper for putting that for a fire starter. So you might want to save that. And if you're on a live server, you want to pick that up anyways, because you kind of want to leave no trace of yourself. lots of times people like that, they're pretty good at this game, and they kind of know a lot about how people are works, and stuff like that. So if you'll go and you'll unlock these, unpackage these nails, what may happen is you might, maybe you're unloading ammo, because ammo drops paper too. If you don't pick that up and then you take off walking, somebody might follow the paper trail, so to speak. All right, so now we got our nails in there. Take some board. And what that did, I attached it. It probably maxed me out on... All right, so wooden log. And if you put up on the D-pad while you have this hovered, you can change between what you want to take out. See? Wooden logs or planks. And if I had some metal in there, it would probably change over to the metal. Or if I had a barrel, it'll change to the barrel. But you just go up on the D-pad and it'll change between the two. So I'm going to take some planks out of here. Yep, got to dig the wood. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's really strange. I don't know. Like you get to the second floor, I feel weird digging onto the second floor. But, it's the little things. It's the little things. And you know what they always say, you never sweat the little things, so we'll just let it slide. All right, so I must have maxed out on my planks. I didn't look. I should have looked. So I'll just attach that back. We'll put it back. Am I maybe hearing a zombie? I got the volume turned down because I was driving the truck. All right. Oh, let's. Do I have the hammer in my inventory, or was that in the truck? There it is, right in the inventory. All right, good deal. All right, so build the floor. So we're gonna build the floor. There we go. If you come in here, and I think it's there we go. You can build the stairs. There we go. Better take that watchtower kit, put it in my inventory before I forget, right? Right. Let's see, what do I got for planks left? Oh, see, I'm down to 4 planks left. So let's go get some more planks. I'm going to come to the side here, and I'm actually going to pull the planks that were... Let's attach that. See, I'm pulling them. I have put some planks in the inventory, and I'm pulling them out of the inventory first. All right, now we're full. So I'm going to put these back. Actually, I'll just put them back in the... There we go. Get our hammer back out. All right. So, I'm trying to build a wall, and I believe I probably screwed that up a little bit. because I made the roof. I think because I made the roof, I don't think it's going to prompt you to build the walls. So I may have to deconstruct this roof. We're going to lose a little bit of our materials, but it'll be okay. We got enough materials. I think we'll be fine. So we're going to get our axe back out. And let's see what it asks us to do here. Interesting. It's not prompting me to do... Oh! There we go. There it is. Dismantle the stairs. Alright. I think we have to dismantle the stairs and then we can have to dismantle the roof. Unfortunately. There we go. Sometimes this is what you gotta do. Alright, we're gonna reattach this. Oh, that's right, we were full on this. We're gonna set this to the side right now. Collect the nails. There we go. Alright, now let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can build this well. So it says to build the floor. I think it said to build the floor. Maybe it's, still wants me to build the floor. Oh. There it is. It's still a build floor. Why can't I build the walls? Oh, okay. All right, so I'm being a maroon again, and I'm sure everybody's looking at it. Put it in a different slot. Yeah, you're probably right. So yes, so for the walls you have to put your planks down there, and your nails you have to put it in the right slot. So usually you can attach them to where you want to go. For some reason, I've been having a hard time finding the attached spot on here, so you can do it manually, and that's what I had forgotten to do. I forgot to add it manually. So now we're gonna grab our planks here again and see. There. Oh, now it's working. I walked inside there before and it didn't do that. That's right. Oh, look at my health. I'm on the red. Okay, we'll put some there too. All right, let's eat. A little bit more of our trophy kill. A wolf steak. All right. There, we got that set. Let's put our hammer on. Well, it's only Warren. What? Daisy, you're not doing a great job of yourself. You're supposed to be able to build this. Haven't had this much trouble building a wall before. I don't know. So I'm gonna try putting these. I'm gonna try just attaching this and building that floor and then the stairs and see if that'll prompt me. After I build that again. Maybe I'll end up having to dismantle it again. I don't know. But I should have had everything I needed in here. $61 nails. Huh. Alright. I think I'm going to add... Alright. So I got nails in the left and the front. And there we go. We'll put the nails on the right. Because we got boards on the right there, too. Alright. There we go. Alright, build the floor. Alright, the floor is built. Oh, here we go, here we go. Alright. Upper frame, lower frame. So let's build the lower frame. And then we're going to build the upper frame. I must have had the planks in the wrong spot or something. I don't know. That was strange. Because it should be the left or the right, and I was prompted to do that, but I am not prompted to do it on this side. That's the left, right? We should have enough. I don't understand. There it is. Alright. Put some more wood in here. Alright. So, upper wooden wall. There we go. Yep, 3 stories you can go up. Yep, thank you, Misfits. So now we got our wall built on here. So we're going to take this hammer, put it in our hands. And I'm going to take the nails out of this one and the planks out of that one. Because we already got our wall built. I want to attach it right there. Should have been able to. Sometimes you can see them in there and then you can pull them out of there. But that one should be the right. So we got 17 nails left. And we're going to move these nails to the front. There we go. Or, oh, I only have 10 nails on the base, so I want to have the steps. So let's move them to the steps. There we go. Or I should say to the base, because the base, that's where I was gonna make the steps, right? So now we're gonna build the steps. There we go. I'll take. So now our base on that part, the base part of it, that's the most you can build out of there is the stairs and the floor. So we'll take the nails out of there and let's put those to the front. And that. We only have so much nails. You know what? I think what I'm gonna do. Leave that there. I'm gonna put these up into the left, but I'm gonna leave that there for now. So the basics are the same. Putting a wall here, and then the front and on all these sides, they're all pretty much. It's gonna be the same. You prompt it, and they build up like that. So I want to get to this. I want to try getting a second floor going. So I want to be able to keep enough materials so that I can get up a couple of floors. It looks like it's starting to get bright. Let's try taking these night vision goggles off and see. So how does that look, guys? How does this look for you? Is it bright enough yet, or should I keep the night vision goggles on for you? I'm gonna pull out a wooden log. It's starting to get brighter. I think you should be able to see it. Okay. So I'm gonna take a log again, and once we get up to the second floor, should see it. It doesn't really give you the prompt here, so let's do this manually. All right. There we go. So we're gonna attach it like that. And now one of the things you want to be careful of is, see, you don't have, there's no gate or anything here to keep you from falling. So you got to be really careful when you're walking around on top. I have fallen, I don't know how many times when I was building that one that was by my camp. Man. All right, thank you, Patty. I just want to make sure it's good that you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, we're gonna attach that. See, so what happens? Like, you're on the second floor. If you're up on the second or third floor, you fall off there. Or actually, the third floor, the second floor. That basically is the second floor that I just jumped off of. So, if you fall off of that or you jump off of that, you can break a leg. And I've done it. But it's pretty easy to get up there and then try to go down. And then as you're going down, you slide off, and then all of a sudden you fall off the whole thing. And you break your leg. And then you got a conundrum. Then you got ourselves a little conundrum. I might break my leg on purpose, just so I can show people. See how I just slipped right off of there? Moving around gets pretty sketchy. So I got to get my shovel back out. There we go. See, here. This is where we're gonna dig the wood. Let's see. Let's find the prompt. Come on. Did they change this? Don't tell me they did change it. They probably did, because it didn't make much sense. Let's see. I'm gonna drop the shovel here. I'm gonna put the hammer in my hand again. And just see. Yeah, because it's a base. Oh, what? Ah! Build a base. They did change it, didn't they? They changed it. Wow. Alright. So I guess you can use a hammer on this now. It's all new to me. Maybe you could before, and you could actually... and I somehow got away by using the shovel. It's very strange that it did that. Let's see if I can get prompted to deconstruct. No, see, they did change it. You used to have to use the shovel on all of this. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. So I guess it's the hammer now. But that's good. Then you only need it for the first one. So let's get some more planks out. Oh, my hunger is in the red again. So we will... There we go. Let's attach. Let's get some food. Let's eat some food. I'm not gonna eat that burnt one yet, Patty. I'm not eating the burnt one yet. We're gonna eat it. We will eat it, but not yet. Couple more bites. Yeah, we only got one more bite. We'll finish this one off. I'm actually gonna pop a vitamin too because I have been running myself down on the energy, on our protein. So I'm gonna just pop a vitamin. It's a booster for a lot of things. It really helps out a lot. So we'll keep that running for a little bit. All right, so we put our planks there. I'm gonna pull these planks out and add them up here. So it looks our best spot to find is right about here in the center. As far as trying to zero in on where you can zero in on where you can. Let's see, I got. That way, so it'll be a little bit easier. I think your targeting is right there. I think there's only 2 and I'm carrying 10. Oh, there we go. Ah, jeez. There. All right. And we're going to come down here. We're going to grab these nails too. So you can't stand on the second floor and grab stuff that's supposed to be on the first floor. So you got to be on your respective floor that you need to be on in order to add and not add. So that should be enough there. We're gonna bring our hammer out, and we're gonna build another floor. And I would build the wall on there, but like I said, I think our materials is starting to go. So there we got our second floor. Now we can build the stairs. But now that I'm on the second floor, you'll see. So now it says base second floor and upgrading. Everything is on second floor. So you can attach your boards to it and your nails Right here is your sheet metal, and this little thing, it says camo net, and I have one in the truck, and I'm gonna show you that. But we're gonna actually take these boards off of here. We're gonna add them up to the 3rd floor. Oops, see, I almost fell off right there. Let's attach it here. Let's attach it. You know what? As of right now, I don't think they're adding it with the. I think they're trying to add it with the sharpening stone to repair a shovel. I don't know that you can do that right now at this point. The shovel or the pickaxe. I know, like on some of the other one, like on the computer, I think, computer version, it'll definitely let you do just about anything. But our consoles are a little bit little bit behind. They're a little bit behind yet. So I'm trying to add. Oh, I can't add. I can't add up to the 2nd, 3rd floor yet. I have to put the base up. So good on me. All right. Grab our logs again. No, they may have changed it since that update. There's a lot of things that I haven't done yet since we did the what is it, 1.12. So there's a lot of things that I have not tried that they may have changed. Just like this 2nd floor. See, I haven't made a watchtower since that update, and I didn't know that it would be converted to a hammer, because I have always used the shovel before. They always want to keep us guessing. They always want to keep us guessing. Oh, oh, oh! Don't fall! Don't fall! I might be making myself a. Oof. I might be making myself a kit before a splint. Might be making a splint before I want to. Up the stairs, up the stairs. At least you're forced to walk slow. I think if I was able to walk too fast, I'd probably run myself right off these steps. I almost do it already the way it is. All right. There we go. Now let's grab our hammer. What condition is our hammer? It looks like it's orange. Oof. So we're gonna go into our menu. Let's highlight it, and we're gonna double check. Yep, it's badly damaged. So we don't have much left on our hammer. Let's build this base. So now I'm gonna look at it again. Okay, it's still badly damaged. So what'll happen with that is you'll be thinking that you can build with it, but you won't. It'll be ruined, and you're gonna wonder why you can't grab anything, and that'll be why. Or why you can't attach, or if you remember, I was kind of going before, and I was looking for all this. See, so now I can attach it up to the edge like that. why I can't on the first floor. I don't know why that wasn't. See, that's why I was kept looking around like that. See how easy it is when you get up there? You can just attach it like that. I don't know why it wasn't doing it for me on the first floor. Alright, there we go. Do I see nails right there? I think I do. Let's grab these nails out. I should have brought more nails. I really would have thought I would have had enough. Apparently not. Alright, see, now I can't put my nails down in here, so I'm just gonna do it. Oh, it's probably because I accidentally put it in my inventory, not in my hands. Right? Did you see it? I could have sworn I grabbed it. Okay. Alright, thank you for that. Yeah, they're still there. Pretty sure I grabbed them. I don't know why I didn't. Okay, so there they are. Are they still in my hand now? Yes. Okay. Maybe I made a mistake and messed something up. Now it'll attach right away. Of course it will, because I did it right this time. Let's I got some planks sitting way over here. I'm gonna pick these up just so then I don't have them laying around. They'll despawn. And when you're building, like if you log out and log back in like the next day, if you leave your materials attached inside in here, if you keep them inside here, it kind of looks like they're laying around, but they're not. You can actually log out and then come back the next day or come back at a different time or whatever, and they'll still be there for you, unless it's a long amount of time. If it's like so many days, then it'll despawn on you. But usually they stay. Usually they'll stay. Now, if you'd have that out and you would drop it next door, then it's gonna despawn when it gets reset. Put some more up here. Yeah. All right. And I'm just gonna attach this into here just so that I have it attached to something. That way it won't despawn as fast. Kind of how I was explaining before. So let's see here. Now we should have enough. Yeah, as far as the base goes, yep, we should be good. So let's get our hammer back in our hands. Let's see what we can do. Really? It's on the third floor base. We got that, and that. I'm just gonna try this just for shits and giggles because I feel like that would be just my luck if that's how it was. Or I don't know why I'm not getting prompted. Maybe I'm doing something wrong again here, but okay, well. Oh, I almost went down on that one. All right. See where our condition is on this. This is damaged. Maybe I'm just too close to... Dismantle. I don't want to dismantle the base. The condition is... It's only badly damaged. We should be able to... Maybe I don't have... Maybe I don't have enough... Maybe I don't have enough nails? Could that really be real? I don't know. I guess I'll try it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have enough nails. Maybe that's the case. So let's, looks like I got some nails just sitting here. Take those. Alright. Catch it on here. And see how you can't go on there? That means that I'm on the front side. You want to be on the back side to dismantle. In order to build the fence, you do use the fence kit. You don't have to use it to dismantle it. If that's what you were asking. I'm not... Or maybe you were saying for the walls on the watchtower? So I'm going to go through and I'm going to combine all these nails that I find in my inventory. Okay, so that's another that's quite a few nails in here. So let's attach these. Now let's see if that hit. Let's see if I got enough nails. Let's see if that's what did it. Maybe, just maybe, in order to make this roof. Because I've seen, all the roofs I've seen all have metal. So I'm wondering if it's not because I have metal. I don't have the metal. Oh, for the watchtower wall. No, you can't combine those. Oh, you can't put a fence on watchtower. Something that looked like the fence. Let's see. So which one were you thinking? The one that looks like a fence. Were you meaning like up here? There we go. So this kind of tells you here. Watch what happens here. So, that is, see where it's highlighted is on the right hand side. You can. You're supposed to be able to hit the button and it'll collapse. Wow. Interesting. Okay. On the third floor. Okay. Next to the planks. See if it'll. Sometimes these usually they'll collapse. It's weird that they're not. Maybe it's because they're not built yet. Maybe it's because they're not built yet. I'm betting that they have to be. I've never seen any watchtower tops be wood, so I'm thinking that why they give the. I suppose they give the planks, but on the watchtower, I don't know why they do that. I'd almost bet money I have to have metal. I'll attach that there. So now we may have to make a run. I think what I'll do, since I have the tools and everything, I think I'm going to run back to my base. Let's turn my volume down here a little bit. There we go. I'm going to run back to my base, and I'm just going to dismantle some sheet metal and bring it over here so that we can do this. Look at all that gas I went through. Just coming just here. See, yeah, that's really unfortunate that my gas tank broke. Ooh, see, I redlined. Gotta be careful of that. You don't want to redline it. I get back to the base and I'll have to eat something real quick and then, whoa! Talk about over-rotated. That was a little bit too quick, I guess. This truck is pretty durable, though. You know, it doesn't use the radiator. So, I've smashed into quite a few things with this thing. Alright, I'm going to dismantle the upper metal wall on here. I apologize that, Patty, I'm not understanding on there, what you were saying about that. I know you can't put a fence up there. They won't let you build fences. You can build stuff like right next to each other, but you can't build it onto it. The only time you can build stuff on stuff is like if it's a NPC and then you're building onto an NPC. Something that you haven't built, basically. take some off of here. I don't know how much metal I'll need, so I am actually just gonna probably take most of this part. Actually, I'm gonna set this down. Deconstruct. Oop, wrong one. I'll pull this one out of here too, so I can put some in my hands, and then I can go in my inventory and I can combine them. Then I can carry more. Then I don't have to go all the way down just for 2. There we go. Let's see if it'll. Put this in my hands. And then we'll go over here. So then we go into our inventory menu. You can highlight that it's in the vicinity and you can combine it. And then you can put them together here. Put this camo net in my hands. We'll drop that down too. There's dismantle lower. Dismantle. Alright, I may not be able to dismantle the actual roof until I dismantle these maybe. So I'm just going to try it and see. Okay, so I am on the 3rd floor, so now we're on here. So I'm just gonna stop here, and this is this what you're talking about? That's the icon for sheet metal. Is that where you were talking about? It's this one right here. Did it give me the prompt for it? There it is. Yes. All right. Thank you, Patty Roller. Okay, you saw what I was. Was I talking about the right thing? That was the metal walls on there. I got confused about that a lot of times too. I always thought that was like meant the fence or something, because it does. It looks like it's supposed to be a fence. I don't understand why it does it, but it does. All right, we'll come back and get some of this stuff. Oh man, I just cut myself. That's another thing you gotta watch out for. You can cut yourself on you can cut yourself on the barbed wire. Just want to drink a little soda here so that I can get that going, and then I will bandage myself. Not like cutting yourself on your own watchtower. Alright, let's get down here. Now, so this is the animal fat. And remember I was saying before, it's like really nutritious. I'm going to wait until my protein is moving down again. And I'm going to show you how fast this thing, how much protein just having a couple of bites of this does. We'll stay away from the barbed wire this time. And when I say protein, that's a little apple. That's kind of what they say is what they say it's protein instead of like your health, because your health is your cross. Let's see. There we go. I'm gonna take the nails there. All right. Well, looks like my health is still rising, so we'll wait until I get back to that other one. There we go. Now I can grab it. 16 nails. Yeah, we want to keep that, don't we? Yikes. Oh, did I? Ooh, I almost got myself again. I better, let's see what I got in here. Do I have... No, I don't. Oh, but I do have wire. So I am going to actually put that in my inventory because I'm going to want to show you. And just in case I need more nails. There's a small stone for you. All right. Looks like all I got is the wrench. I should have a pliers sitting somewhere. Oh, I don't have enough. All right. So when you're attaching this camo net, I'll do it right here just because, I mean, our mechanics are pretty much the same. You hold on to your camo net and you highlight it. You hold down on your A button, just like you're transferring inventory or whatever. And see, it looks like a gray net a little bit there. And you can highlight that and you can drop it in there. And so it's the left second floor. You can see where it says where I'm highlighted on. So that's going to actually be behind me. And see what I did? I put the camo net up there. So that's how you put the camo net up. And you can remove it the exact same way. You can get into your inventory. So your left, you want to hover over it, you hold in the A button. Or you can just, you don't have to transfer it like that. If you want to transfer it somewhere specific, you can hold the A button. Otherwise, you can push it just to put it in your hands. Or even use the X button to put it in your inventory if you know you have enough space. So I had it on the left, remember? Now we're going to put it over to the right. See how we put it to the right? And there it is over there. Would have been nice if I had some pliers on hand. I usually do. Look at that car battery. Oh, I almost got cut again. Jeez, I gotta be careful. There isn't any there. On our way back, I think I'm gonna stop by Misfits and Hopkins's place. So I can see if they got some pliers. But for people that didn't know it before, my gas tank has a hole in it. It's ruined. So I filled it up, and I only made one small trip, and I was half full. And now we're almost empty again. So to keep myself from running out of gas, I am going to fill this up again. And I apologize. I know it's taking a little extra time to get done what we got to get done, but we don't want to run out of gas either. It does take a little bit to fill these. How do you attach the car parts? I'll show you that quick. I can show you that quick. I'll fill this up and then I'll show you. And there's a new mechanic too that goes to that also. And I'd like to try it out myself. I haven't tried it yet. See how it's red? That means it's ruined. Ugh. I know I've already said it like twice, 3 times, but it really disheartens me that my gas tank is ruined. Dumping the gas, dumping the gas, dumping the gas. All right, we won't go into that. Remember, if you're on an official server, you can use your right joystick and move your head around while you're in action. So that means that then you can keep your head on a swivel, just in case somebody's watching you from behind you. You definitely don't want somebody to do that. So I'm gonna set this down right here quick, and so you can open the door. And once you open the door, see now it'll toggle, take into hands. You can put that in your hands. All right. So, being the truck, I mean, cars usually you would point like to the front right here because that's usually where the car doors is. But the truck goes the opposite way. So you're gonna attach it like this. Now, ooh, it is ruined. It might not be able to attach it because it's ruined. So I might be doorless now. But as long as it's in good shape, you should be able to attach it. Ah, there we go. I still was able to attach it. So there it is. And the roof, the hood, same thing. It has to be open. You can put that in your hands like that. And then you use your little dot there, and it'll prompt you to attach. There you go. And then you can close it. And that's that. So it works the same way with all the cars too. And so the new mechanics that they have on there, I know I said that they had some. So apparently, if you have, it's supposed to be a wrench or screwdriver that you can use. And it's not the pipe wrench, it's the small wrench. Is apparently what you can do. And apparently you can look at it like this, and it'll ask you if you want to attach or maybe secure it. I don't know what it's going to prompt us to do, but I do have a wrench that's up there. I might run up there quick and get that just so that I can try it, just because I am curious. While I'm doing that, I'm going to actually grab myself some pumpkin, and I'm going to eat some pumpkin as I'm going up there, because I haven't been white in my health for quite a while, and I think it's important to stay up into the white. I'm explaining a lot of things, so I'm getting sidetracked with a lot of stuff. So it tends to be a little bit difficult sometimes to keep hydrated and healthy with protein. But I think it was this one that I saw it in, wasn't it? No, it must not have been. One of these? There it is. I probably have a players up in one of those vehicles up somewhere. Because I'm going to need a players for showing some of the building. And of course, it's, what do you mean you don't have all this stuff prepared for you? It's unscripted. I'm just doing it just like you would be when you're out there doing it. Finding it out, oh, I need this or I need that. Oops. No, you cannot find a new gas tank, and as of yet, they have not made it so like on the computer, and this is what some of the misconceptions will be. When you're on a computer version, you're able to fix your gas tanks with epoxy putty. But on our consoles, we don't have that mechanic yet. So when some people show these on videos, you can fix this stuff. Sometimes you can't. If you're on console version, sometimes you can't. But apparently it's coming. Apparently they said that they're gonna be trying. They're trying to work that into it. So I mean, at least they're trying. At least they're working at it. And I'm trying to think. I don't think there is a players in here now. Usually there's one in a car. Is that the backpack that I left yesterday? It does stay a little bit longer. Let's check this Olga. I had another Olga, but well, we'll just say that I had an accident. North of here, up by Starry. Yeah. It didn't survive. I didn't think I had much in that one. Alright, well, I apologize for that. I did not find my players. There's a hacksaw in this one, though. We'll take that. Oh, look at that. I see somebody. I see somebody logged in. It was trying to hover me over the one that I got. It's closed. It was prompted me to put that in there. Whoops. Yeah. I'm pretending that I'm pretending. I'm pretending that I'm pretending, but I'm not really pretending. No, I'm not pretending. This is sure to be non-scripted. And we're getting there. Almost there. I want to put a little bit more fuel in here. I think one more, and then I'm gonna fill this one up, just in case I run out. Who knows? Who knows? I had it one time. I didn't know that this was an actual thing to have that gas tank when I first got it, and I got a black Gunter, and I had almost all the right parts for it to be called the Tactical Gunter, but we didn't at this point, and so we were taking the Gunter out to go looking for some stuff, and I didn't realize that it had a hole in the gas tank, and we got out pretty much in the middle of nowhere, and I ran out of gas. I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, I was so mad at myself. But you know, if you don't know, you don't know about the parts. Yeah, have a little diarrhea and get rid of it by sitting on the outhouse. They'll have to put a door on it though, so you can shut the door when it's just you, and then you can make the disgusting sounds, and then you'll be all better with the virus. I don't know. That part might even make me sick. And we're almost full. There we go. All right. So I'm going to put this back in the inventory. There we go. Come on, there we are. Alright, I'm gonna swing around. I'm gonna cross country it over. Let's see if Misfits or Hopkins has suppliers. And of course, when you use something, you put it back where you got it. So all our powered items, we will put them back when we're done with them. You don't want to be that guy.
that crazy neighbor that comes over and borrows things and never brings them back. We don't want to be that guy. I mean, I don't mind being the crazy neighbor. You know, I'm pretty good about that. I'm already there, but I don't want to be that neighbor that doesn't return what they borrow. Oh, what did I run into? I didn't even run into that fence. I ran into something. That was strange. There's nothing even there. You see that? It's like I ran into something. I just got hooked right to the side there. I thought maybe I'd be able to sneak in just in between that fences, but I guess not. It didn't like that. You think you got one in the car maybe, Misfits? That'd be awesome. And I appreciate you letting me borrow these items that I am today. I probably should have looked everything over, made sure I had some in my inventory, but then that would be closer to scripted, right? We don't want that. And no. But we do have a boxed headlight. I just want to show it to you. So that's a boxed headlight bulb. And you can, if you unwrap it, because it'll prompt you to go out of your inventory. See how it's down in the bottom left there. You can unpack that, and then it'll be a headlight. But, wait. Did we have two of them? Because that's weird. Uh-oh. Misfits. Your wolf stick went bad. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Yuck. I suppose that means that the fat that you got in here probably went bad too. Let's check it. Yep, that's rotten too. Let's get rid of that. I wonder if that'll affect your food that's already in there. There's nothing in this tent. And I think I remember that too. As soon as I opened it up, I'm like, oh, I don't think there's anything in there. Let's see if there's any in this. Oh, we got some garden lime. Put that in our hands. Misfits, I'm going to put some garden lime in here just in case we... I do have some pelts over there. We might make some. Alright, let's see what we have in here. Ah, there is a screwdriver. So let's put that in our hands. And let's check it. It said either a screwdriver or a wrench. So let's try the screwdriver. I'm going to open your car door, Misfits. And let's see what it... Does it prompt us? Not prompting us. Wait. What? Interesting. So, apparently the screwdriver doesn't work for it. Yeah. Okay. So we'll try the wrench when we get to it, but right now we're looking for a pliers. Let's sneak over. Oh, you got one over here too. Let's see what's in this one. Nope. No pliers. We might have to go on a run for that. Yeah, I did find that one. Not that I've seen. I don't think so. I guess I've never really tried it, and I've never seen anything on any posts or anything. So to be honest with you, I don't know if you can use the food for that or not. Oh, look, Hopkins. Oh, Hopkins had seeds too. Look at that. Pepper seeds. There you go. There we go. We're not gonna take that though. Oh wait, am I? That's still a Gunter. I want to go to the Ada. Let's see. Still. Oh, oh, there's the Ada one. Okay. Nothing in there. Hopkins is getting as bad as I am. Oh, there's a wrench there, but I already have a wrench, so let's see if there's. Try to see if we can. There must not be anything in the car tent. Oh, there we go. Let's open it up. This looks like the weapon section, huh? Weapons and ammo. All right. I'm confident at some point we will find one, but I could have swore I had a bunch of them. So, you know, but I haven't really been on this server in a while, so it's very possible that some of it probably did despawn, maybe. Oh, I just saw some. Where did I see them? There they are. There they are. All right. Hopkins, I promise I will bring your players back. Shut that just in case. All right. Ah, see, I just did it. Remember what I was saying before yesterday? Make sure you don't have anything in your hands because you go to get into your vehicle and you'll drop them. That's exactly what I did. I just dropped them. All right. Oh, I left Hopkins' door open. I'll have to shut that when I get back. And there's almost not enough power. Whew, we made it. And I don't know how many uses rotten food has. I mean, maybe you can use it as fertilizer. I probably could have went back and looked, and I could have maybe tried to plant something, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Or try to do it tomorrow anyway. Just to see what they do. No, I don't think if you run them over with the car, I don't think it becomes ruined. I guess I've never really tried it or looked, but as I remember, I mean, I've never run across that situation, so I don't know. I don't think that it would be a thing. Not saying that, you know, just because I didn't run across it, I know I've run over a lot of stuff. I know I've run over a lot of things, and I've never had an issue with it, so. So, we're going to show you how to dismantle it first, and then we'll do that. So, since I am in the yellow, I'm going to show you this fat. So, remember I was saying, so I'm going to go one bite at a time here. There's one bite there. So, and we'll go another bite. I think that was actually 2 bites. See, boom, right back to the white. It only took just a little bit. So that fat is really a nourishing thing to have. Where did I put my pliers? Did you see it in there? Did I miss it? There they are. There they are. All right, so we can dismantle the barbed wire by hovering at it. There we go. And we're going to put that in our inventory. So now we have the barbed wire in our hands. And see, this side is gone now. Remember there was barbed wire there? Because remember I cut myself by walking into it. So now it's gone. And that's because I dismantled it. And I have it in my hands now. So we're going to put that in the truck. And now that we are right here, let's try this. We're going to put this in our hands. Oh, look at that. Lock. Look at that. So that small wrench finally has a use. You can lock your doors. Let's see. Can we lock our hood? We can lock our hood. So we can lock all the parts on. We can lock all the parts on there now. And see, one of the biggest things, and I think this is why they finally were working so hard at making it so that you can lock these on. It was atrocious when you were trying to get into a vehicle. And you would hover, and so it says get in right here, but just right there, it would be, close or take apart, right? Or put it into your hands. So it was so close that tons of people, and I was always making a mistake. Everybody I've seen so far that have been in the car with me have all made the mistake at least once. They accidentally are in between the close and the get in, and they accidentally hold onto it, and then it puts it in your hands. And then you're sitting there, you're trying to get in the car, and you got the door in your hands. Oh, it was always kind of a conundrum. So I'm sure that was probably their reasoning for working on it so hard in order to lock those on there, because it was atrocious trying to do that. All right, let's go back and build that roof on there. So many different things, and it's all scattered around, right? Maybe I should be a little bit more scripted. Oh, we're gonna. There we go. Oh no! I turned too soon. I never claimed to be a good driver in these things. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that I am not the greatest driver. Pedal to the metal. Brakes, what are those? I don't know. Let's go. We'll figure it out when we need to, right? Sometimes we need to, and that's when we need to, it's a little late, but shit happens. Boy, I said that shit happens, and the only thing that come to my mind was back and forth going. Sometimes make my make myself a shirt. Shit happens sometimes. No, we can't do that. That was already done. I'm gonna back this up a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I'm too close to the watchtower. Alright. You hear that elk in the background there? Yep, there it goes. Now it starts at the sheet metal. So let's take this into our hands. Maybe. Oh, now... Alright, come on now. There it is. Oh, no. Oh, no. You see I'm being able to run with this? This happened yesterday. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not able to put this in here. I bet you... Oh, I can attach it, hopefully. Oh, thank God. So yesterday, it kind of glitched on me, and I had to restart everything. Just so that I could continue on what I was trying to teach. We lucked out. We lucked out today. There's my hammer. Alright. Build roof. See? But yeah, I'm in the same spot. So the roof has to be sheet metal. You can't just use wood to build the roof on here. The roof of the watchtower has to be sheet metal. Yep, there it is. Because you can see in my inventory on the base, which is where you put your materials in to make your roof. I have 15 out of 20, and I had 20 in there, and I think I pulled some out, but I had it maxed out, and it would not let me do it. So there we go. There is the watchtower. And I didn't build every wall on there. I would have been looking forever for materials for this stuff. It takes a lot of materials, as you've seen. But yeah, that was pretty fun. We had a good time on this. I really enjoyed it. Patty, you're watching now. Did I catch you? Because I buried a crate yesterday. And I'm hoping that you got to see that. I built and buried a crate. Did you get to see that yesterday? Because I know I said I was heading out, and then I had the stuff just sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a crate real quick. And I did that just as I was leaving, and I was hoping that you caught it. But I'm gonna get the shovel out. Oh, it'd help if I was actually looking in the spot where I put the shovel. There we go. And I'm actually going to dig this up. So, it prompts you. See, it's a pile of dirt, and that's what it comes up as when you see it. And then you hover over it with your shovel or pickaxe, and then you can dig it back up. Oh, you did see that. Okay, fantastic. Great. I'm glad you did. Glad you did. See, and then we can just dig it right back up. We're going to, and I want to try something. So, I ran into a situation at one point where, and it was actually kind of a fun little story. So I happened to be walking around, and it was northwest of where we're at now. We were almost over by the ski resort, I believe, and I happened to be over there, and I knew there was this great big base that was there, and I looked at it as I was running by it, and I was like, wow, that's a really big base. And a little bit later, me and Matt were out there hanging around, and you'll meet Matt at some point here. But me and Matt were hanging around. We were doing some looting, and somebody decided to attack us. And we ended up taking that guy out. But it was a short time later we kept hearing gunshots coming from the direction that that base was at. And I said, I think somebody's trying to get into that base. And so I ran down there by myself, do a little recon. And sure enough, it was. There's two guys doing a recon. And so I called Matt over, not a recon. I'm sorry, they were doing a raid. They were raiding this base, and so I called him over. I'm like, hey, they're raiding this base. Let's get them. And so we got those guys, and we took their truck. We didn't steal the truck of the base guys that had the base. We stole the truck of the guys that were stealing the stuff from the base. You know, so we were kind of Robin Hooding it, maybe a little bit. I don't know. We're stealing from the stealers, so we didn't feel bad about it. And we put that we set that truck up there, but that truck was full of stuff. So, um, what happened is, it was full of stuff, but there were some things that were in there that I couldn't get to, and I was really surprised. So I'm gonna try to do this. So now you have something in there, and you can take this into your hands. Um, oh, you can attach it in. Look at that. Okay. So I have this full of stuff. Well, I don't have it full, but I have a shovel in there, and I was able to put the crate into the truck when it has the shovel in it. So you can fill this up to 600, and then you can fill all your crates and barrels. Now I know the barrel you cannot lift while you have stuff in it. So I'm gonna try that tomorrow. We're gonna try that tomorrow. We're gonna go back to base, and we're gonna grab a barrel. We're gonna have an empty one, and we're gonna set it there. And I'm gonna see if I can put something in there, because you can't lift it in order to attach it in there. But maybe, just maybe, we can put stuff in there and then open our inventory, and then just uh, have it be have it be in the vicinity, and then you can move it from the vicinity into the slot where it shows that. So I think right now, since we have our watchtower figured out, I showed you how to build our watchtower, along with a few other things. I think we're at a pretty high mark here, so I'm gonna call it for today, and tune in tomorrow. I usually try to be on real close to 7 o'clock a.m. Central Time, and I'm just going through and doing some tutorial stuff, um, and hanging out in the world. It's all unscripted, and so I might not have stuff, so we're gonna have to go on a little excavation sometimes, and go on a little adventure to get the stuff that I need to build everything. And who knows what's gonna happen? I might end up at the coast. So everybody, take care for today, and I appreciate you watching me. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do, if you like it. If you don't have to, and that's cool. But I sure appreciate you watching and hanging out with me today. And stay tuned for more. Like I said, I usually do this every day at 7 Central Time a.m. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Everybody, yeah, you have a great day too. I appreciate you hanging out, Patty. You always you're always pretty quick on finding stuff when we're trying to find some answers, and I really appreciate that. You're an awesome dude. Thank you very much for hanging out and being a part of this with me. Misfits, you too. You've been hanging out great. I really appreciate everybody that hangs out and watches. It's fun to have somebody that I can go through this with, and we can talk it through. We'll figure it out together, or or we won't, or we'll find somebody who does. So, it's been great. This is fun. I like this. So everybody, take care and have a great day. We'll talk to you all tomorrow.